Okay. So what if we're now given this example? Dito sa bagong example natin, it states here that we have y plus 3 quantity squared over 24 plus x minus 5 quantity squared over 49 is equal to 1. So first thing that we need to do is to identify the center. And where is the location of the center? Where is the location of the center if you're given this equation? So the center is located...
Negative 3.
The center is located at positive 5. Positive 5.
Positive 5, negative 3.
Okay, do not be confused ha. So nakalimutan na agad. So if you're given this one, nauna yung y, so dapat hindi siya dapat mauna dun sa center natin. So this one should be positive 5, negative 3. That is the center. Next thing that we need to do is to identify the major axis. And what is the major axis? The major axis for this one is
Horizontal.
horizontal. Why horizontal? Because 49 is greater than 24. Therefore, this is major horizontal axis. Based on this, based on its major axis, therefore, we could say that a squared is equal to 49, right? If a squared is 49, what is our a? Our a should be
7.
plus minus 7. Tama? Okay. What is our b squared? Our b squared is? Our b squared is?
24.
24. And what is our b? Our b is plus minus. Could you please get the value of square root of 24? That is plus minus approximately?
2 square root of 6.
And in decimal form, that becomes?
4.8.
4.9. Okay na ba? Gamitin natin 4.9.
4.9.
Okay, so that is plus minus 4.9. Therefore, we're now ready to solve for c squared. And how do we solve for c squared? Using the triangle inequality. Therefore, c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared. And that a squared is equal to 49 minus 24. And what is 49 minus 24?
25.
25. Therefore, c squared is equal to 25 and our c now is equal to
5.
minus 5. Okay? So, sabi natin kanina, this is major horizontal axis. If it is major horizontal axis, how do we solve for the vertices, foci, and the co-vertices? So, in this case, dahil major horizontal axis siya, anong babaguhin natin sa kanya? For the vertices, anong babaguhin natin sa kanya? X or Y?
X.
X. Okay, therefore, this becomes h, a plus a, k. Therefore, what is our V1? Our V1 would be, what is our age? Our age is 5, our a is plus 7, and our k is negative 3. Therefore, V1 now is 5 plus 7, which is 12, negative 3. Our V2 would be, what will be our V2? That is age minus a. Therefore, that is 5 minus 7, negative 3. And our V2 is located at negative 2, negative 3. Okay, how about for the foci? Okay, for the foci, anong naalala nating babaguhin sa foci? A, B, or C?
C.
C. Okay, so that becomes H plus minus C, K. Therefore, F1 is located at 5. What is the value of C? 5. So that is 5 plus 5, negative 3. And F1 is located at 10, negative 3. How about for F2? So F2 becomes 5 minus 5, negative 3. Therefore, that is 0, negative 3. And for the co-vertices, that is W. So W now, anong babaguhin natin kay W? Dun sa center, anong babaguhin natin na coordinate? Is it the x-axis? Is it the x-coordinate or the y-coordinate?
Coordinate.
Y-coordinate.
The y-coordinate, because that is the minor axis. So yung minor axis daw yung babaguhin natin. Therefore, this becomes h, k plus minus b. Okay, therefore, W1 is 5. What is our k? Our k is negative 3. RB is 4.9. So that is plus 4.9. Therefore, W1 is located at 5. What is negative 3 plus 4.9? Negative 3 plus 4.9 is? What is negative?
1.9.
Positive 1.9. Our W2 is located at 5, negative 3, minus 4.9. Therefore, W2 is located at 5, negative 3 minus 4.9 is? Negative
Negative 7.9.
7.9. Okay? So, for this one, we're now ready to plot the points. Okay, so pag plinat natin siya, saan daw yung center natin? Center is located at 5, negative 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So this is the center. Its location is 5, negative 3. Our V, so asan daw yung V1 natin? 12, negative 3. So 12, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is our V1. Its location is 12, negative 3. V2 is negative 2, negative 3, negative 1, negative 2. So this is our V2. Therefore, that is located at negative 2, negative 3. Our F1 is 10, negative 3. So this is 12, 11, 10. 12, 11, 10. So this is our F1. And its location is 10, negative 3. How about for F2? Our F2 is 0, negative 3. So this is 0. This is negative 3. Therefore, this is our F2. Its location is 0, negative 3. Okay? And for the co-vertices, that is 5, 1.9. So this is 1, 2, 5, 1.9. So this is our W1, located at 5, 1.9. And our W2 is 5, negative 7.9. So this is negative 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7.9, this one, this is 8. So this is our W2. And for our W2, that is 5, negative 7.9. So this is now our ellipse with major axis horizontal, showing its vertices, foci, co-vertices. Okay, so I have a question again. What is the length of the major axis? What is the length of the major axis?
14 po.
Okay, therefore, what is the length of the major axis? That is 2a. That is 2 times 7. That is 14 units. What is the length of the minor axis? Length of the minor axis is 2b. Therefore, that is 2 times 4.9. And what is 2 times 4.9? What is 2 times 4.8?
9.8 po.
9.8 units. Okay, and what is the length of the foci? The length of the foci is 10 units. Okay, so I hope maliwanag na dito pag nag-sketch ng equation ng ellipse showing its center, vertices, foci, and co-vertices. So let's have another example. Okay, so this is the general form of the equation of an ellipse. Remember that we have ax squared plus bx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. Nakikita ba guys yung na-share screen? Paki-check nga po kung nakikita yung naka-share screen sa atin.
Opo.
Okay, so that is the general form. So we have ax squared plus by squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. So that is the general form. So let's convert to standard form daw. We have the given x squared plus 2y squared plus 20y plus 43 is equal to 0. Convert daw natin into the standard form. So from general, gawin daw natin standard. So we are given x squared plus 2y squared plus 2x plus 20y plus 43 is equal to 0. So how do we convert? So pag kinonvert natin siya, pag samasamahin lang naman natin lahat ng x dito sa kaliwa, tapos yung may y susunod sa kanya. Kasi yung right side natin should always be equal to 0. Okay, so yung lahat ng constant, ilipat natin sa kanan. Therefore, this becomes x squared plus 2x plus, ano nga add natin ngayon sa kanya? If we have x squared plus 2x, stop share ko muna. Okay, if we have x squared plus 2x, what do we add here? We add here x squared plus 2x okay guys, we have x squared plus 2x.
1 po.
So this is plus 1. Therefore, lipat natin si positive 43. This becomes negative 43. This is plus 1. Okay. Plus 2y squared plus 20y. Okay. So in this case, we are now given 2y squared. At sabi ko nung una, kapag given ka ng 2y squared, kailangan ilalabas mo muna yung numerical coefficient ng mga naka-square. Dahil dito, x squared lang yung binigay sa atin, wala naman siyang kasama na numerical coefficient, hindi na tayo nag-factor out. So dito, balikan natin si 2y squared plus 20y. In this case, we need to factor out 2. Since 2 yung numerical coefficient ni y squared, and this becomes y squared plus, what happens to 20y? What happens to 20y? It becomes
10y.
10y. So this becomes 10y plus, what do we add here?
25.
25. Okay, this becomes plus 25. Okay, is now equal to negative 43 plus 1 plus 25 lang ba yung i-add natin doon? Are we only adding 25 to the right side?
So times po sa 2.
Times
Okay, very good. We need to multiply it by its factor, and its factor is 2. Okay, simplifying, we'll now be having what will be the factor of x squared plus 2x plus 1? That would be x plus 1 quantity squared plus 2 times
Y plus 5 squared.
plus 5 quantity squared is now equal to 25 times 2 is 50. Okay? 50 minus 43. 50 minus 43 is
7.
7 plus 1.
8.
Therefore, this is equal to 8. Is this now the standard form of the ellipse? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Why? Because the standard form of the ellipse should, the right side should always be equal to
1.
1. Therefore, we need to divide all the terms by 8. So this becomes 8. This becomes 8. 8 divided by 8, that is equal to 1. And we'll now be having x plus 1 quantity squared over 8 plus 8 divided by 2 is 4. This becomes 4. Therefore, that is y plus 5 quantity squared. Okay, so this is now the standard equation of the ellipse. But I have a follow-up question. What is the major axis?
X.
X. Therefore, that is major horizontal axis. Questions? So this is how we convert an equation in general form going to standard form. So let's have another. Could you please try answering this one? Paki-try naman na answeran to. 5x squared plus 3y squared plus 30x minus 24y plus 78 is equal to 0. Okay, let's now try to answer this one. First step again is pagsamasamahin lahat ng may variable x dun sa kaliwa. And this becomes 5x squared plus 30x. And yung may mga y naman, we have 3y squared minus 24y. And all the constant, ilipat, we need to transfer it to the right side. And this becomes negative 78. Okay, what do we do next? We factor out the numerical coefficients of x squared and y squared. And in this case, we have 5 times x squared plus. What happens to 30x now? What happens to 30x? It becomes
6x.
6x plus. What do we add? We add
9.
9. Okay. So kung nag-add tayo ng 9 dyan, 9 din ba yung i-add natin dito? Therefore, we need to multiply it by 5. So that becomes plus 9 times 5. Plus, what do we factor out for the variable y? We need to factor out
3.
3. And this becomes y squared minus
8y.
8y.
plus
16.
16. Okay? So, we need to add here plus 16 times 3. What is 9 times 5? That is
45.
45. What is 16 times 3?
48.
48. What is 48 plus 45?
93.
90. 90, Ilan?
3.
93. Okay, what is 93 minus 78?
15.
Ilan?
15.
Ilan guys? 93 minus 78?
15 po.
That becomes 15. Tama ba?
Opo.
Opo.
Okay, that is 15. So therefore, this becomes 5. What will be the factor of x squared plus 6x plus 9? That becomes x plus 3. Tama? Quantity squared. Plus 3 times. What will be the factor of y squared minus 8y plus 16? That
Y
is
minus 4 quantity squared.
minus 4 quantity squared. Okay. Since we need to convert this into the standard form, therefore, we need to divide all the terms by 15. Okay. And since we have 15 over 15, that becomes 1. 15 divided by 5, that is 3. Therefore, the numerator is x plus 3 quantity squared plus 15 over 3, that is 5. And this becomes y minus 4 quantity squared is equal to 1. Therefore, what is the major axis? The major axis now is major
vertical.
Okay, and where is the vertex? And where is the center? I mean, where is the center? The center is located at
Negative 3.
Negative 3, positive 4.
negative 3, positive 4. Okay, so that is now the center. And asaan daw yung vertices natin? If this is major vertical axis, MVA, asaan daw yung vertices natin? Sabihin na lang natin kung saang point natin siya makikita, yung may plus minus. Therefore, this is located at negative 3, 4, plus, minus. Ano yung A natin? Square root of 5. Tama ba, guys? Our A is square root of 5. Tama ba?
Opo.
Okay, so our A is square root of 5. Where is the foci? Sige nga, where is F? Our F, hanapin muna natin yung value ni C. And that we have C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. Our A squared is 5. Our B squared is 3. Therefore, our C squared is 2. And that our C is equal to square root of 2. Okay, therefore, the foci is located at negative 3, 4, plus minus square root of 2. And for the co-vertices, anong babaguhin natin for the co-vertices? X. This becomes negative 3 plus minus B. What is our B? Our B is square root of 3. And then the y-coordinate of the co-vertices would be 4. Okay, so ito na yung mga important points na kailangan nating i-plot if we are given the standard form. Questions? Okay, so ito na yung mga point. Ito magiging dalawa yung values niya, F1, F2, W1, W2, V1, V2. So, let's have another example. Sorry. Okay, let's have this one. Guys, I will only be online hanggang 9 a.m. lang today. So hanggang 9 a.m. lang yung class natin today. Kasi matatapos na din naman yung discussion natin about ellipse. So we have here 9x squared plus 16y squared minus 126x plus 64y is equal to 71. Okay? So please help me answering this one. So this becomes 9x squared minus 126x plus 16y squared. Let us first arrange. Plus 64y is equal to negative 71. Okay, what will be the factor? This becomes 9 times x squared minus. Okay, what will be 126 divided by 9?
14. Negative 14x.
Okay, this becomes 14x plus, what do we add here?
49.
49, okay, is now equal to negative 71 plus 49 times 9. Plus, factor out 16, this becomes y squared plus 64y divided by 16, that becomes
4.
y. Okay, plus, what do we add? Plus 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So plus 4, this becomes 4 times 16. Okay? 49 times 9. What is 49 times 9?
441.
Ilan? 49 times 9 is?
441.
441. 4 times 16 is 64. Please add 441 plus 64.
505.
505. Okay. 505 minus 71.
434 po.
434.
34.
Okay. So, let us now try to factor this one. This becomes 9 times x minus 7 quantity squared plus 16 times y plus 2 quantity squared. What do we do now? Yes?
Sir, positive po yung unang
Opo, yung
71.
71 po. Kasi nasa right side
Yung
na po.
nasa given po.
Nasa right side na siya. Sorry. So, this becomes 71. Okay. So, i-add natin siya lahat. Paki-add. 71 plus 441 plus 64. That becomes 500.
76.
Okay. So, this is 576. Okay. Divide all terms by 576. 576. 576. Okay. So, the right side now is now equal to 1. 576 divided by 9, that is
64.
64. And the numerator is x minus 7 quantity squared plus 576 divided by 16.
36.
36. And that is y plus 2 quantity squared. So, this is now the equation of the ellipse in standard form. Let us now locate the center. And the center is located at center
7
negative 2.
Negative
Okay. What is the major axis? It is now major horizontal axis. Okay, that is MHA. Okay, what is our A squared? Our A squared is 64. What is our A? Our A is plus minus 8. What is our B squared? Our B squared is
36.
36. And what is our B? Our B is plus
Plus minus 6.
C squared now is equal to A squared minus B squared. Therefore, C squared is equal to 64 minus 36. And what is 64 minus 36?
28.
How much?
28 po.
Ilan?
28 po.
28. Okay, therefore, our C now is equal to what is the square root of 28? Kuhanin na natin yung decimal form niya.
Positive, negative, 5.3.
5.3.
3.
Okay, so our C now is positive, negative 5.3. So we're now ready to locate the vertices, the foci, and the co-vertices. And for the vertices, since this is major horizontal axis, the formula now for the vertices is H plus minus A. Dahil major horizontal, ang babaguhin natin is yung X kapag meron tayong vertices at foci. Okay, and this becomes H plus minus A, K. Okay, V1 is located at, what is our H? 7 plus, what is our A? 8. Our K is negative 2. Therefore, V1 is 7 plus 8. That is 15, negative 2. Our V2 is now located at 7 minus 8, negative 2. And that is negative 1, negative 2. What is the formula for F? So, ano do yung formula natin for the foci? The formula for the foci should be H, what?
Plus minus.
Plus minus C, K. Okay, therefore, F1 is 7 plus 5.3. Our K is negative 2. Therefore, F1 is 7 plus 5.3. Ilan yung 7 plus 5.3? That becomes
12.3.
12.3, negative 2. And our F2 is located at 7 minus 5.3, negative 2. Therefore, what is the value of F2? Our F2 now is
1.7.
1.7 and the y coordinate is negative 2. For the co-vertices W, admit ko muna yung pumapasok pa. Okay, for the co-vertices W, that is H, K plus minus B. Therefore, W1 is 7, our K is negative 2, plus, what is our B? 6. Therefore, W1 is 7, negative 2 plus 6, that becomes 4. Our W2 now is 7, negative 2 minus 6, therefore W2 is 7, negative 8. Okay, so these are now the points or the endpoints of the vertices, the co-vertices, and the foci. Questions? So I will not anymore plot these points. So kayo na guys yung mag-plot. So this will be the points or the endpoints of the vertices, the foci, and the co-vertices. Questions? Okay. So naintindihan na ba yung pag-solve ng standard equation of the ellipse if you are given the general form? Maliwanag na ba?
Opo.
Okay. So kung maliwanag na, what if binigyan naman tayo ngayon ng iba't ibang condition? Sa tingin nyo, ano naman kayo mangyayari? Binigyan na naman tayo ng iba't ibang condition and then we're asked to solve for the equation of an ellipse. Okay, so anong gagawin natin if that is the case? Hindi pala kasya. Ayun, kasya na. Okay, example. Okay, the first condition, sabi dun sa first condition natin. For the first condition, ang sabi niya, we are given V1 located at -3, -4. And V2, its location is 7, -4. And it has minor axis, length of 4 units. Okay, hinahanap ngayon yung standard equation. So pag ganito, all we have to do is to analyze. Analyze muna natin. Ang sabi, we are given V1 and V2. Susulat ko muna ulit. Si V1 is -3, -4. At si V2 is si 7, -4. Okay, anong napansin natin? Anong binabago? Anong binabago dun sa coordinate?
Yung X po.
X. Di ba pag binabago yung X, ibig sabihin, what is the major axis if we are changing the value of X? Therefore, the major axis is
Horizontal.
horizontal. Therefore, this is major horizontal axis. And what formula are we going to use? This becomes X minus H quantity squared over A squared plus Y minus K quantity squared over B squared is equal to 1. Okay, since this is V1 and V2, and these are the endpoints of the vertices, what do we get if we are given endpoints of any points of the foci, the vertices, and the co-vertices? Anong makukuha natin kung binigyan tayo ng kahit na isa doon, binigay yung endpoints niya? What do we get? Sige nga, analyze. We get the
Center.
very good. We get the center because the center is just what? The center is just the midpoint of the vertices, the foci, and the co-vertices. Do not forget that the center is the midpoint nung given foci, vertices, and the co-vertices. Basta binigyan ka ng endpoint nun, kuhanin mo lang agad yung midpoint, therefore it becomes the center. So in this case, okay, ganito kasi, kaya ko siya pinagtatapat-tapat, ganito yung technique ko nung college, kaya ko siya pinagtatapat-tapat is para alam ko yung hindi binago. Yung hindi binago, si Y. Therefore, yun din yung Y nung center. -4 din. Tandaan nyo. Kung ano yung hindi binago, yun din yung Y nung center. So, ito siya, yung Y. So, dahil hindi binago yung Y, -4 to. So, what is the x-coordinate of the center then? What is the x-coordinate? So, we need to get the midpoint. So, that is -3 plus 7. That is 4. 4 divided by 2. Therefore, it becomes 2. And the center now is located at 2, -4. So, may center na tayo. Do we have the value of A? Do you have the value of A? Yes or no? Meron na ba tayong value ni A?
5.
Okay. So, kasi ganito, always remember na si A, ang kapartner niya ay endpoints ni vertices. Kung isusulat ko to, sabi natin kanina, we have 7, -4. Okay? Sa gitna dapat si center. Lalagay ko dito si 2, -4, saka ilalagay ko naman si -3, -4. At alam natin na dito sa center, ang distance niya papunta sa mga point na yan is just equal to what? To A. Tama ba? From the center going to any endpoint of the vertices, that is equal to a distance A. Therefore, base dito sa given, what is the value of A? Sige nga.
-5.
The value of A now is equal to 5. Okay, therefore, what is A squared? What is A squared?
25.
25.
Okay, dun sa formula, meron na tayong H, meron na tayong K, meron na tayong A squared. But we do not have the value yet of B squared. Where do we get the value of B squared? By using the
Minor axis length po.
very good, by using the second condition. And the second condition states that we have a minor axis length of 4 units. Anong ibig sabihin ng minor axis length of 4 units? Di ba that is equal to what? 2A, 2B, 2C.
2B.
2B. Therefore, 2B is equal to 4. Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. What is the value of B now? B is equal to 2. And what is our B squared? Our B squared is equal to
4.
4. Therefore, we now have A squared, B squared, and the center. Substituting all the important values into our standard equation, we will now be having x minus 2 quantity squared over what is our A squared? 25 plus y minus k quantity squared. What is our k? Our k is -4. Therefore, this becomes +4. Over what is our B squared? 4 is now equal to 1. And this is the standard equation that satisfies this given conditions. Questions? Okay. Maliwanag ba? Is this clear?
Opo.
Okay. So let's have another example. Let's have another example naman. Okay. What if binigyan naman tayo ng isang endpoint lang? Hindi binigay yung dalawang endpoint. So, I'll just write the given. We are given the center. Its location is 2, 7. One endpoint of the foci. We call that the focus. The focus is located at 2, 10. Endpoint of the minor axis. So sabi, endpoint of the minor axis. Endpoint of the minor axis is located at 4, 7. Okay. So anong gagawin natin if given tayo ng ganito? The center is 2, 7, the focus is 2, 10, and the endpoint of the minor axis is 4, 7. We could not identify yet the major axis. Tama ba? Hindi pa natin ma-identify agad si major axis. Tama? Hindi pa natin ma-identify? Or ma-identify na natin? Sa tingin nyo? Okay. Actually, ma-identify naman na natin agad by just simply looking at the center and the focus. But then, kung hindi mo pa ma-identify, all we have to do is to graph or to plot these points. So, anong sabi? Asan the center natin? 2, 7. This is 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, this is the center. Its location is 2, 7. And we also have one endpoint of the foci. We call that the focus. That is located at 2, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is F. Its location is 2, 10. And we now have the endpoint of the minor axis. Anong variable yung ginagamit natin kapag meron tayong minor axis? We call that the, what do we have? What variable are we using?
B po.
What variable? Therefore, that is W. Tama? W. Okay, so this is W. 4, 7. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 7. So this is the W. Okay. So, kung mapapansin mo, magkakaroon tayo ng triangle. Okay, we have the triangle. Susulat ko na lang yung triangle natin. The drawing ko yung triangle. Okay, this is F. This is the center. This is W. The location of F is 210. Para mas malaki, the center is 27. And the co-vertices is 4, 7. Okay, what is this length? From 210 naging 27, therefore this length is... From 210 naging 27, therefore this length is 3. Therefore, what is 3? Is it A, B, or C? Is it A, B, or C?
C.
What is 3? A, B, or C?
C.
C. Very good. That is C. Therefore, we now have the value of C. C is equal to 3. Therefore, C squared is equal to?
9.
C squared is equal to 9. Okay. So, for this one, we now have from the center going to W. This becomes 2, 7. After that, naging 4, 7. Therefore, what is this one? This is?
2.
2.
If that is 2, that is equal to what? A, B, or C?
B.
B. Okay. We now have our B, which is 2. Therefore, B squared is equal to 4. What is our A squared now? Paano na natin makukuha yung A squared? Based on the triangle inequality, C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. We could say that A is the longest among the three. Therefore, A squared is equal to the sum of C squared and B squared. Our C squared is 9. Our B squared is 4. Therefore, our A squared is equal to 13. We now have the value of A squared and B squared. Tama. Okay. We have the center. Its location is 2, 7. But what is the major axis? Sabi ko sa inyo, kung saan matatagpuan si foci and vertices, that is the major axis. Therefore, what is the major axis? Major
Vertical.
vertical axis. Very good. This is major vertical axis. Therefore, the equation now is x minus h quantity squared over b squared plus y minus k quantity squared over a squared is equal to 1. Eh sir, paano po yun? Inuuna namin palagi yung major axis. Inuuna namin palagi yung kung sino si A. Palagi namin inuuna yon. Okay lang. Ganito lang yung ginawa ko para hindi ka malito sa paglalagay ng center. Pero kung pinagbaligtad mo siya, it is still the same. Okay lang yon. Ganito lang yung ginagawa ko para hindi ka malilito kapag sinubstitute mo na yung value nung center which is located at HK dun sa equation. Therefore, this becomes, okay, let us now try to substitute. We'll now be having x minus 2 quantity squared over what is our b squared? Our b squared is? Our b squared is what?
4.
4 plus y minus k, that is y minus 7 quantity squared over our a squared, which is 13, is equal to 1. Therefore, this is the standard equation of the ellipse given different conditions. And this equation satisfies these conditions. Questions? So, okay lang kahit pagbaligtarin nyo, unahin nyo si y minus 7 quantity squared over 13 kesa kay x minus 2 quantity squared over 4. Okay? Let's have another. Naintindihan ba? Maliwanag ba?
Opo.
Okay, so share screen ko muna to. Ito yung pangalawa, medyo mahaba kasi. Sabi dito, find the equation of an ellipse, having co-vertices, which will be 5, 6, and 5, 8. So sulat ko na rin muna. Co-vertices. That would be 5, 6, and 5, 8. And the second one, sabi, for any point on the ellipse, the sum of its distances from the foci is 12. Okay? So actually, madali lang to. Tuturo ko sa inyo yung proper way ng pag-solve sa kanya. So ang sabi sa atin, we are given the co-vertices. Okay, so binigyan tayo ng co-vertices. Saan daw yung co-vertices natin? Plot na natin agad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is W1. Sabihin natin that is W1, 5, 6. At ang W2 natin is 5, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is our W2. Okay, the location is 5, 6, and 5, 8. Ano nga sabi na makukuha natin kapag given tayo ng endpoints ng co-vertices, foci, or vertices? Anong makukuha natin? The
Center.
Very good. The center. Therefore, based pa lang dun sa graph natin, makukuha na agad natin yung center. At nasaan yung center? The center is located at 5 and 5, 7. Tama ba? Na nasa yung center natin na kay 5, 7. Yes or no?
Tama po.
Okay. Kung mapapansin mo, nasa vertical line yung co-vertices. Therefore, what is the major axis?
Horizon.
Major horizontal axis. And if it is major horizontal axis, the formula or the standard form that we will be using is x minus h quantity squared over a squared plus y minus k quantity squared over b squared is equal to 1. Okay, do we have the value of a squared and b squared? Actually, we have the value of b squared. What is our b? Sige nga, from the center going to any point or any endpoint of the co-vertices, anong makukuha natin na value ng b? Our b is equal to
1.
1. Isa lang yung pagitan, di ba? 5, 7, naging 5, 8. 5, 6, naging 5, 7. Therefore, b is equal to 1 and our b squared is also equal to 1. Okay? So, if we have b is equal to 1, b squared is equal to 1, we now go with the second condition. Ang sabi sa second condition, for any point on the ellipse, the sum of its distances from the foci is 12. Babalikan ko yung definition ng ellipse. Pwede isa sa inyo ibigay sa akin yung definition ng ellipse na itinuro ko? Sige nga. Anong sabi natin sa definition ng ellipse? Okay, what is the definition of an ellipse? It is the locus of all points in the plane, the sum of whose distances from two fixed points F1 and F2 are the same or are a constant. So, ano yun? So, pag sinabi natin, yun yung definition ng ellipse, tas binigyan ka nito, for any point on the ellipse, the sum of its distances from the foci is 12, that 12 is a constant. Anong sabi ko sa inyo? Ano yung variable sa constant na ginagamit natin? Saan natin siya i-equate? Sinabi ko na sa inyo to nung first meeting. So that is nung Monday. So that is equal to, that constant is equal to
2A.
Very good. That is 2A. Therefore, we need to equate 2A with 12. Therefore, 2A is equal to 12. Divide both sides by 2. Our A now is equal to, what is 12 divided by 2? 6. What is our A squared? Our A squared is 36. Okay. Substituting this into our equation, we'll now be having x minus 5 quantity squared over 36 plus y minus k, which is 7 quantity squared over 1 is equal to 1. Questions? So this is now the standard equation which satisfies this given condition. Okay, may tanong ba? Okay, let's have another example. Okay, what if we're now given? Sinabi agad dito sa given, vertical major axis. So, madaling-madali na lang, alam na agad natin yung equation na gagamitin. Okay, sabi dito, center at 3, 7. Major vertical axis, so MVA. Ang length daw niya ay 20. Yung minor axis daw niya, 12. Okay, so let's try to solve. Sabi sa atin, major vertical axis. So anong gagamitin nating standard equation if it is major vertical axis? Major vertical axis, that is x minus h quantity squared over b squared plus y minus k quantity squared over a squared is equal to 1. Since this is major vertical axis, yung major vertical axis daw niya, it has a length 20. Saan natin i-equate si 20? Saan natin i-equate si 20? Sige nga. Where do we equate 20? We equate 20 by?
A.
By?
2A.
Ilan natin equate? Equate natin to by 2A. Okay, this is 2A. Divide both sides by 2. Therefore, 20 divided by 2 is 10. Our A now is equal to 10. What is our A squared? Our A squared is?
100.
100. Okay. We are given another condition. Minor axis having a length of 12. Saan natin ngayon i-equate si 12? 12 is equal to?
2B.
2B.
Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. 12 divided by 2, that is 6. Therefore, that is the value of B. What is our B squared? Our B squared is?
36.
36. Do we have now the value of the center? Yes. Do we have A squared? Do we have B squared? Okay. Substituting this into the equation, we'll now be having x minus h. Our h is 3. Quantity squared over our B squared, which is 36, plus y minus k, that is y minus 7 quantity squared over our A squared, which is 100, is now equal to 1. Therefore, this is the equation that satisfies this given condition. Okay. Questions? Maliwanag ba yung example na yon?
Opo.
Okay. So let's now have the last example. Okay. For the last example, we are given these points. Okay, so we are given the foci. At sabi dito, yung foci daw is located at 2 minus square root of 33, 8. And 2 plus square root of 33, 8. So the sum of the distances of any point from the foci, sulat ko na din. Okay. So actually, madali lang yung given na to. All you have to do is to analyze. Sabi yung foci daw, located siya kay 2 minus square root of 33 and 8. And 2 plus square root of 33, 8. So sabihin natin this is F1. Sabihin natin this is F2. So ganito lang. Isusulat ko ulit siya dito. we have F1, that is 2 minus square root of 33, 8. Our F2 is 2 plus square root of 33, 8. And then, babalikan ko yung formula ko na ginagamit ko for the foci. Ano yung ginagamit natin na formula sa foci? Di ba pag sinabi nating foci, that is H plus minus C, K. Tama ba? Guys, pakitingnan. Is this correct? Ito yung ginagamit natin na formula for the foci. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So pag ganito, ang gagawin lang natin is pagtatapat-tapatin lang natin para makuha natin yung values. Pag tinapat ko siya dyan, what is the value of H? H is equal to? What is the value of H? 2. Okay, tinapat-tapat lang natin eh. What is the value of C? What is the value of C?
Positive, negative, square root of 33.
Square root of 33. Okay. Therefore, what is C squared? Or C squared is equal to?
33.
33.
Okay. Yung huli na tinapat natin is this one. Therefore, what is the value of K? Our K is equal to?
8.
8. Meron na tayong center located at 2 and at 2, 8. And then we now have the value of C squared, 33. But we do not have yet the value of A squared and B squared. But before we compute for the value of A squared and B squared, let us first identify the major axis. What is the major axis? Ano bang binago natin kay foci? X or Y? Anong binago natin kay foci? X or Y coordinate?
X.
X. Therefore, this is major
Horizontal.
horizontal axis. Clear? Okay, so naintindihan kung bakit naging major horizontal axis, ha? And this becomes now, the equation is x minus h quantity squared over a squared plus y minus k quantity squared over b squared is equal to 1. Okay, so we are given c squared. We do not know yet a squared and b squared. Let's look at the second condition. For the second condition, it states that the sum of the distances of any point from the foci is 14. Etong condition na to, tandaan nyo, paulit-ulit lang yan. Tingnan mo na lang yung huling value, and that is 14. Saan natin i-equate si 14? Therefore, 14 is equal to
2A.
2a. Okay, this is 2a. Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Therefore, that is a. And our a squared now, what is our a squared? Our a squared is 49. Okay. How do we compute for b squared? Since we have the formula c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared, therefore, b squared now is equal to a squared minus c squared. Our a squared is 49. Our c squared is 33. What is 49 minus 33?
16.
What is 49 minus 33? That becomes 16. Therefore, we now have the value of a squared, b squared, and the center. Substituting this into the equation, we'll now be having x minus 2 quantity squared over, what is our a squared? Over 49 plus y minus k, which is minus 8 quantity squared over b squared, which is equal to 16, is equal to 1. Therefore, this is now the standard equation that satisfies this given condition. Okay, questions? Okay, may questions pa ba?
Wala po.
Okay, may tanong ako. Paano kunwari binigyan ka ng eccentricity? Ano bang naalala nyo when we have eccentricity? Okay, ano kayang gagawin, sir, kapag meron pong binigay na eccentricity? Okay lang, madali lang po ba siya? Okay, so pag sinabi nating eccentricity, okay, mag-share screen ako para hindi na din kayo malito. This will now be the very last example for today. So, ito yung ibig sabihin ng eccentricity. Eccentricity of the ellipse. The shape of the ellipse is determined by the ratio of the center to focus distance C to the center to vertex distance A. This ratio is called the eccentricity E of the ellipse. In symbols, E is equal to C over A. So, this is the formula for the eccentricity. If the eccentricity is near 0, then C is small compared to A. This means that the foci are near each other, so the ellipse is circle-like. Uulitin ko, kapag yung eccentricity natin is nearing zero, kapag papalapit ng papalapit sa zero yung eccentricity ng ellipse, therefore, nagiging somewhat circle siya. Pero kapag yung eccentricity natin is equal to zero, what type of conic section is that? Anong type ng conic section daw kapag yung eccentricity natin naging zero talaga? It becomes
Circle.
circle. Very good. Kapag yung eccentricity natin is equal to zero, therefore it becomes a circle. This means that the foci are near each other, so the ellipse is circle-like. If the eccentricity is near 1, the foci are relatively far apart, and the ellipse is flat or cigar shape. So, ganun yung mangyayari. So, let's have an example. Ito yung illustration. Kung mapapansin nyo dito sa figure, yung E daw is equal to 0.9. Dahil papalapit siya sa 1, therefore, medyo magiging flat na yung itsura niya. Yung nasa gitna, E is equal to 0.5, medyo okay lang yung pagka-oblong. Tapos yung pinakahuli, E is equal to 0.1, mapapansin mo na halos it is now circle-like. Okay, so what if, tandaan nyo yung formula natin sa eccentricity? That is C over A. Okay, I have here a condition. Sabi dito sa condition, vertices are plus minus 5, 0, and E is equal to 4. Okay, binigyan tayo ng ganitong condition. Sabi, yung vertices daw natin is located at plus minus 5, 0, and E is equal to 4 over 5. The vertices is plus minus 5, 0, and that E is equal to 4 over 5. Okay. So, let us now try to solve. So, pag sinolve natin to, remember, ano nga ulit yung formula ng E natin? The formula for E is?
E over A.
Over A. Okay. Guys, binigyan tayo ng 4 over 5. Do not be confused. Kasi pwedeng ang binigay sa atin is in lowest term. Kaya hindi natin agad pwedeng sabihin that that is the value of C, that is the value of A. Maliwanag ba? Okay, for example, minultiply ko yan sa 2. Okay, this becomes 8 over 10. Tama ba? Ibig sabihin, there is a possibility that it is not really the value of C and A. Nagigets? Nagigets yung point ko? Kasi naka-lowest term na siya. Naintindihan ba yon?
Opo.
Okay. Hindi porket binigyan ka ng eccentricity, yun na agad yung ilalagay mong C and A sa'yo. Do not be confused. Unless you are given another condition. Maliwanag ha? Huwag ka munang magbe-base agad dun sa eccentricity. So, pwede na tingnan mo muna eccentricity, ay binigyan ako ni sir na eccentricity 4 over 5. Pero hindi agad ako maniniwala that that is the value of C and A. So, kailangan critical ka na mag-isip at hindi mo agad sasabihin that that is the value of C and A. And what do? We go to the second condition. Sabi dun sa second condition, we have the vertices. And the vertices is given as plus minus 5, 0. At ano ngayon naalala natin sa vertices? Ano yung coordinate ng vertices? Ano yung variable na ginagamit sa vertices? The variable that we need to use, is it A, B, or C?
A.
A. Okay. Therefore, this becomes plus minus A. At anong sabi? That is 5. Tama? Okay. Tama ba yung given sa atin na 4 over 5? Yes or no? Yes or no? Since we are given the vertices plus minus 5 at alam natin agad na A siya. Okay, tama yung eccentricity. Yes or no?
Yes po.
Yes, tama yung eccentricity. Therefore, we could finally say that A is equal to 5 and that C is equal to 4. Okay. We are given plus minus 5, 0. Therefore, the center is located, saan daw located yung center natin? The center is located at the
Origin.
origin, and that is 0, 0. Very good. The center is located at the origin if you are given this form. Since the center is located at the origin, we'll now be having the formula x squared over. What is the major axis? What is the major axis now? The major axis is the Anong binago natin? Anong binago natin? X, di ba? Therefore, that is x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. Since we are given a and c, therefore, a squared is equal to 25, c squared is equal to 16, our b squared now is equal to a squared minus c squared. A squared is 25 minus 16. What is 25 minus 16? 9. This is now our b squared. Our b squared is equal to 9. Substituting this into our equation, therefore, we'll be having x squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 is equal to 1. And this is now the equation of the ellipse, having vertices located at plus, minus, 5, 0, and the eccentricity is c over a, which is 4 over 5. Okay, what if I am given naman this one? Sabi, the foci is located at 0, plus, minus 6, and that the eccentricity is equal to, hala, ano bang magandang given dito? Okay, so we are given the foci is located at 0, plus, minus 6, and that the eccentricity is given as 3, 4. Okay, ano nga ulit gagawin natin ng una? Alam natin na kapag foci, this should be, what is this value? What is plus, minus 6? That becomes, pag foci, that is plus, minus 6. Therefore, what is 6? A, B, or C?
C.
What is 6? That is A, B, or C? It becomes R, C. Okay. Kaso, di ba sabi natin kanina, yung formula natin for eccentricity is C over A? Sir, C over A, bakit yung given dito sa eccentricity 3 over 4? Therefore, it is not the real eccentricity. Ibig sabihin, naka-lowest term na siya. And what is the real value for eccentricity? Sige nga, what is the
6
real
over
value
8.
for eccentricity? That becomes 6 over 8. Maliwanag kung bakit naging 6 over 8 to? Yes or no?
Maliwanag po.
Okay, maliwanag. Therefore, we could finally say that the value of C is 6 and the value of A is 8. Okay. If C is equal to 6, what is our C squared?
36.
36. What is our A squared? Our A squared is
64.
64. And what is the major axis? What is the major axis? Major, anong binago natin kay foci?
Y.
Therefore, this is major
Vertical.
and the equation that we will be using is x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared is equal to 1. Pwede mong pagbaligtarin kung gusto mo na mas una yung major axis. Therefore, this becomes x squared over, what is our b squared? Wala pa tayong b squared, solve pa muna natin. That is b squared is equal to a squared minus c squared. Therefore, that is equal to 64 minus 36. What is 64 minus 36?
28.
What is 64 minus 36? That is 28. Tama ba? 28. Okay. Therefore, our b squared is 28. It becomes x squared over 28 plus y squared over, what is our a squared? Our a squared is 64 is equal to 1. Questions? Okay, may questions pa ba? So that is how we solve for the equation of an ellipse if you are given the eccentricity. Okay, may tanong pa?
Wala na po.
Okay, I hope everything is clear regarding the equation of an ellipse from center located at the origin up to the center located at HK. And if you are given different conditions, you're asked to solve for the standard equation of the ellipse. So, wala kasi, wala naman doon sa curriculum guide yung eccentricity. Sinama ko na lang siya para alam nyo na kung ano yung mangyayari if you are given an eccentricity. Kasi napansin ko sa college, binibigay yung eccentricity, yung value ng eccentricity, yung pag-solve ng eccentricity. Pero dun sa CG na ibinigay sa atin, kasi hindi binigay yung eccentricity. So, ibinigay ko na rin siya para in case na ma-experience nyo or matry nyo na makakita ng mga problems involving eccentricity, alam mo na agad kung ano yung gagawin. Okay, questions?